Howdy folks, welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. Today is not an airplane video. Today we're going to tour my little flight sim YouTube studio because I'm actually going to be changing where I sit in the house or in the entire studio area. I have multiple studios here, which I'll show you in a moment. So I figured I would document my original configuration, and then through the magic of editing, I'll be able to show you my new configuration. So before I get into the details of this corner, my YouTube corner, is part of a bigger studio where I also do YouTube for music. I have a music channel as well, and that's on the other side of the same room. And I have a huge TV because I have a gaming channel with Minecraft and vintage console gaming as well. So a bunch of stuff goes on down here, everything from teaching piano students and guitar students to doing YouTube videos. But we are going to make a change. In the family, we decided, since we live in a climate with brutal, brutal winters, those of you who watch the videos know I live in Minneapolis, we are already having issues with the children not having places to play because I have this entire level of a house to myself and it's too cold to play outside. My kids love 70 or warmer, and it's 26 degrees today, Fahrenheit, by the way. And so we decided it's time to move stuff around, and I've been feeling very, very selfish after we moved in here. Anyway, we've been here for 5 years, and I have felt very selfish taking over an entire room of a house. It wasn't my idea. My wife encouraged it. You know, I was teaching way more back then, too. I had a completely full music studio, so I needed the space. But now it's time to make a change. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing for the past 5 years. I've only been doing YouTube flight sim for 2 or 3, but I'll show you what I've been doing, and then after a nice magical cut in the video, you'll see my new location. So the way this is set up is, let's ignore the music side. Let's just take the flight sim and gaming side. So we have my turtle here, which I have had since, 2002 I've had her. I have lights which are on for the video, but they're always off so I don't get migraines. I actually work in a very, very dark environment, and I love that very much. We have the gaming laptop, 3 years old now, I think, maybe 4 years old. It's due for an upgrade in terms of technology. I'm going to buy a desktop next. The reason why I have a gaming laptop is I was having some unfortunate health issues, and I was couch-bound and bed-bound for about 1.5 years, so I got a laptop. But now that I'm mobile again, it would be very nice if I had an actual powerhouse desktop so I can get better frame rates in the flight sim. It's getting kind of frustrating to be tweaking things all the time. But there's my gaming laptop. I don't remember the model number. I just know that at the time, it was the fastest processor you could get, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 6 gigs of 970 mobile graphics, and 3 SSDs in RAID 0, and then a terabyte storage drive. So I do enjoy it. It's instant on. The SSD is really nice and everything. But, you know, the processor now is very antiquated, and I could do much, much better for half the price. So hopefully I'll get a new computer soon. I can't quite justify yet. If this YouTube channel takes off and I get, close to the 1,000 subscriber range, I can probably justify getting a new piece of hardware. But for right now, it's my laptop, and it serves as my second monitor, which is why you hear a lot of fan noise in the microphone in the sim until I start up the airplane engines. You may have noticed. Now you're probably going to go back and notice, but in fact, the fan's running right now. 3 fans, very, very loud. Once the airplanes are running, you don't hear it, but when I'm sitting idle, you hear it in the background, and I tried a low-cut filter, and it just doesn't work. So if I do get a desktop, it'll go down there, which will help the noise too, but I'll just, do what I can for now. It's working. It's getting the job done. And then here I have my 24-inch monitor. That's a 18.3-inch laptop, by the way. Here I have my 24-inch monitor right next to the laptop, so I use the laptop as a second monitor. This television in the background I use for vintage gaming consoles for my Minecraft/vintage gaming channel. And if I forget to link it down below, just on YouTube, put The Tall Turtle, all one word, and you'll see it. You can find it that way. So that's what I use that for. It's, 46-inch. It's a 4K television that I use for in television games. So, but my dad gave it to me. a long time ago because he wanted bigger. So I just have this TV. I just set it up my desk. I use it like twice a year. I'll record a bunch of vintage gaming. I'll just upload them throughout the year. I'll schedule them. What else is on my desk? All my cables. You can't really tell from here, but everything is cable managed very well back there. I'm super picky about cable management. I have my microphone USB, my phone USB. I have my Eclipse yoke, which I got a couple years ago. It was actually a Christmas gift. People are like, what do you want? I'm like, just give me money. Like, I'm 12 years old. Give me money. I'll buy what I want. So I took a whole bunch of Christmas money, which is very funny to say as an adult. But people insist in my wife's family, you give gifts to everybody till they die. So I'm like, fine, if you insist, I'll take some cash so I can get this thing. So I got this a couple years ago. I love it very much. Now that I'm using it more and more, the springs and everything are broken in. If you remember videos from a year or so ago, I kind of complained about how the springs are tight and it would skip around and stuff instead of smooth, but that's all taken care of. Everything is smooth now. Keyboard and mouse, obviously, nothing special. I think that's a $9 mouse or something I got my wife 15 years ago, and it still works. This keyboard, also like 15 years old. The letters are all worn off, but I don't need the letters to tell me what they are. I usually slide the keyboard under the yoke, so when I sit in my chair, I can reach comfortably because I do have fibromyalgia and some other old person issues. I say that because the doctors laugh at me that I'm half the age I should be when I have these issues. So I have to be very comfortable. Ergonomic keyboards hurt me. So I slide that keyboard around. I'll clip it onto something. Nothing big deal there. I always have my Mexican Coke handy. Since I'm complaining about my health issues, I have a reaction to high fructose corn syrup. So if I have Mexican Coke, I'm fine. And every once in a while I have a regular Coke and I get very, very, very sick. Mexican Coke is fine. My bottle of water, which is usually full of ice. Speakers back there with control, but I don't use them because I use headphones, which I'll show you on the other side of the desk. I use headphones all the time. These speakers are probably 12 years old or so. I don't think I've used them in 10 years. They just are plugged in just in case. I used to have students. We do a lot of YouTube stuff with students, and we would use them as monitors, but they work fine for monitors. They're just USB, but they're powered with a subwoofer under the desk. My fake tree, which I've been carrying around with me since college. This thing is like 20 years old. But I just have a fake tree. The reason why I have it here is so students, when they come down, they don't walk off the steps because I don't have a rail. So, wondering what this is. This is my work phone. I'm on call a lot for my day job. I have flight plans in here, and I have my checklists for my aircraft in here. I've actually renamed it because it used to be my Minecraft stuff, but I've since repurposed it to checklists and flight plans. Let me show you what a flight plan looks like actually while I'm here. I do everything by hand just because I can. I'll draw a sketch of what I need, where I'm going, runways, airport, the important things, and then I'll, if I have to, we're going to have one of the four studio cats joining us here. If I have to, I will print off approach plates and things and then just have them sitting on my lap, or I'll put them on the second monitor. Basic stuff. You hear flight simmers talk about all these tools and things they run. I just keep it simple because I can, and because I'm a minimalist. Everything from music to flight sim, I guess I'm a minimalist. There's a subwoofer back there. There's the old controller I used before I got my Eclipse yoke. That's what I used for flight sim for decades, was that thing, or versions of it. Console gaming, my original Intellivision and original ColecoVision broke, so I have the flashback versions, which some people might think is kind of lame, but the game ROMs are exactly the same, and the controls are exactly the same, so it doesn't matter to me. At least I can play those games, and I was a preteen, I think, when those things were popular. My parents played them more than I did. What else is down here under the desk? If I move this heavy chair, I have all my power because that's just where the power plugs are. I don't like it because I trip over that stuff all the time. In fact, my new location in the house won't have anything under the desk. I'm very excited about that, actually. Over here now are my Minecraft and vintage gaming plans. I have all my notes there. And the reason why I have it on paper, if you're wondering, is because when I use Bandicam to record, I can't jump in and out of the software quickly enough. So if I want to if I'm in Minecraft and I want to take a note or something, I have to quit Bandicam, pause the game, get out, take my note, get back in the game, restart Bandicam, or else everything's crashing and the hooking gets lost and it's just a mess. So I'd rather just write things on paper. Same with Flight Sim. If I move my mouse outside of Flight Sim, Bandicam crashes, and if Bandicam crashes or loses the hook, 9 out of 10 times it'll corrupt my video file. So I'm screwed. I have to just be very, very careful about that. My gaming headphones, I don't really like them, to be honest. I used to use very high-end studio headphones from 1994, and those broke a couple months ago. And I just don't like these very much. I don't even know the model number or anything. I'm very disappointed. I will openly say that. I have the soft cord plugged in because of the bend radius. The hard cable, I was worried about ruining the cable from bend radius. I don't even know all this is my kid's school stuff. I have logins for kids' school accounts. And my bin of old USB stuff. You can't see because there's absolutely no light down there. But I've got a whole bunch of SD cards, micro SD cards, flash drives, whole bunch of stuff down there that still comes in handy every once in a while. I'm not ready to get rid of it. I have my laptop plugged in all the time because it is so old. It only holds charge for about 3 minutes, which I really don't care. But I have that brick off the carpet so it doesn't get too hot. So that is my gaming area. Whoops, no, I did not. I did not talk about my microphone. I have it on this nice stand. It's an H2N recorder, which I love. I finally got a pop filter for it, which actually works way better than I thought. I didn't understand the importance of pop filters until I got one. And I'm running compression on the microphone now and all these other things. So all my processing of the audio is actually done on the microphone. Compression on the microphone, gain settings, preamp on the microphone, pop filter obviously in front of the microphone. All I do in the sim then, or in the video editing software, is I just normalize the audio track, and that's it. I don't need to screw around with everything. I don't know if you've noticed a change in audio lately or not. This is a very new thing. I used to just record straight through, no post-processing, no pre-processing, just straight through audio, and it was okay, but I realized I could do better, so I finally put some effort into it, and very, very happy with that. So this is my current setup, and this is how it's been, and it's going to change, like I said. So if we walk over here, there's this room that right now is an extra bedroom / storage room for the kids' stuff that they've outgrown. I'm going to be going through this room in the next couple days, and my entire desk setup is going to move over there. The turtle, I don't know when we do the turtle yet. My music is going to go in there. All my instruments are going to go in there, except the piano will stay out here simply because it'll be way too loud in that room. So everything you see here is going to get condensed, purged, and moved to another room. And that's what it's going to be like. I'm actually very, very, very excited. I'm excited to have the door closed and some more privacy, to be honest. And I'll be excited to not have the guilt of taking over an entire level of a house for my own stuff. It's a nice space though, but the kids need it to run around. They're not quite old enough to do things on their own, but they're way too old to sit in the playpen, so they need the space. Alright, so we'll have one final look at the yoke before we make our magical cut, and now we will see my Flight Sim studio after the move. And just like that, 12 hours later, everything's been moved. Everything is the same on the desk. It's just the desk has been moved into this little room of the house that used to be toy storage. But now it's my YouTube studio and my guitar studio, all in one little small space. I can keep a control better for the guitar. It sounds better for the YouTube videos, and it's cozier. A few things I have to do yet. I gotta get shades for the window. Stuffed animals will probably stay. The games will probably stay. That chair comes off for guitar, and there's my humidifier right there. So that's pretty much it. What used to be, though, my studio is now the kids' rec room. We're going to get a basketball hoop in here, dartboard, food table probably, and they can play hockey. And then my piano nook is over here in the corner, which has nothing to do with my Flight Sim channel, but some people might be interested. And there you have it. So everything's been moved over. It's kind of fun. that'd be a little different video for y'all instead of just an airplane. You can actually see what I do, what it looks like. And kind of sometimes it changes when you watch videos now, because now you know what it looks like behind the scenes. Or maybe this is what you expected to see. I'm not sure. But with that being said, as usual, I'll catch you on the next one.